All right, welcome back to the Board Game Closet. My name's Jimmy.
I'm Rod.
And today we're checking out Slay the Spire, the deluxe edition.
Yeah.
It's pretty nice.
Honestly, I knew nothing about this game at all, and then my kid got it, and it's been very entertaining. It's very interesting.
So in our video reviews, we do a simple one-die rating: buy it, play it, or hate it. Green means go buy the game and add it to your collection. White means maybe you wouldn't buy it, but you definitely play it. And then red means don't buy it, don't play it, because you hate it. Stay away from this game. And so we're going to talk about the rules, about the gameplay, the components, and then at the end of the video, we're going to give you a one-die rating on whether we think you should buy it, play it, or hate it. So Slay the Spire, what would you? Let's start with components then. What would you say about the components in this edition? Now we have the deluxe edition that came with the play mat and the fancy coins. So I guess that's maybe where we would talk about it. So in the deluxe edition, what do you think about the components in this one?
Everything is actually great. I mean, so for instance, it's a card game. You gotta remember that.
Yeah.
And of course, the cards are quality cards, and of course, we sleeved them and everything else, so they're gonna last forever, right?
Yeah.
The components themselves for it are very nice. The artwork is very interesting.
Yeah,
very
it
different. Which is one thing I really appreciate is when you get a game that's just not a copy of so many other games that are out there. And there's just too much of that out there. And this group of characters that you're using, they all are completely different things that I've never even dreamed about.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, the components on this one are pretty nice. Like, it's just, they did a great job, and it does feel deluxe. The rules on this one are not that complicated, I don't think. It is an asymmetrical game, so asymmetrical co-op. So each person is going to have a different character that plays different. So there's a little bit of learning you're going to have to do for your character, but it's still like a page or two, maybe. Maybe it's a page for each different character's rules and what's unique to them. So you're going to have that learning curve you got to get over, that, hey, who you're playing is different from what I'm playing. But in that it's co-op, I kind of feel like that makes it a little bit easier. You're not having to compete with your different character than I have. We're doing it together. So
and co-op games, I mean, honestly, it used to be, I used to enjoy not playing a co-op game, but now I've just really fallen, I just have a great, I mean, I love playing the co-op games.
Yeah.
It just makes such a better atmosphere in the room when you're playing some of the games. And it's awesome. I love that way of playing the game. It's great.
Yeah. So the gameplay on this one, this is based off of a video game that they turned into a board game. And normally, if you said that to me, I would say, ugh, I bet it's not going to be that good. I don't know how, but I feel like they totally nailed the feeling of the video game. The video game is a deck building game. It's like a weird circle. Like, they made a video game that feels like a board game, and now they're coming back and they made a board game, an actual board game out of it. But there's something really cool about the gameplay in this, where it's a deck building game and you're adding cards to your hand, but they were really smart about how they give you rewards on upgrading cards pretty quick in this game.
Right.
And I don't know, some deck building games, it feels like it takes you half or 3/4 of the game to start being able to do cool things.
Right.
I feel like right out of the gate in this one, like, you're doing cool combos with your character.
Right. And the one thing I liked about it was also the little map that you're getting with it, that you're kind of following this trail, and it can differ. And it just, I just thought that was a really neat concept of it. And you're actually going to play 3 rounds of it? Was that what they call it?
Yeah, there's 3 acts. One act would
acts.
be a full game, and you could go on and play more.
Right.
And the way that they set it up in the game, you can save your deck, and it's really easy to keep your deck, keep track of what you have in your deck. All of that kind of stuff is great. So if you need to reset it or play with different people, it's not that complicated, and then you can come back and start again. And so, but 1 act feels like a decent amount of time. 2 feels kind of long. 3 would be like, hey, we're coming to game day and we're just going to play this today. All we're going to do is play through all 3 acts. But what's unique about this is if anybody in the group dies, you lose the game.
Right.
So, like, making it all the way to the 3rd act would be pretty tough, I think. We haven't done it yet.
Right. No, and that's what I personally liked about it, is the fact that, so you're, I guess a better way to put it, you are forced to help the one guy. So even though the one guy in your group maybe might not be playing so the way that you would play, I don't want to say silly, dumb, or whatever. Anyway. But anyway, you're forced to save him and try to protect that character so that you can continue in the game, which is really, really neat. Actually, I like that part of it.
Yeah, in all the games I've played, there have been multiple moments where we felt like a boss came out or the top boss came out, and I just remember thinking, we're going to die.
Yeah.
We're not going to do this. There's no way we're not going to make it out of this. And then you just somehow you play through it, and then collectively as a team you end up beating it, and it's just really, really smart. And so anyways, just the way that the bad guys come out and then you can attack, it makes it feel like the video game does in a great format in the board game, and I thought they did a good job.
And if you buy the board game, I know you'll end up buying the video game, and vice versa. Because that's what we've seen happen the whole time.
Yeah. So my kid, I've got a 13-year-old, and he loves. He played the video game some. Then we played the board game, and he came home, downloaded the game again, and then just went head in. And so like 3 days he's playing the video game and then asking, when are we going to play the board game again? So it's like back and forth, exactly like Rod said.
Yeah.
You're going to do both and feel great about both. I don't think either one is less than. They're just great quality things.
Exactly.
So... All right, so with all that said, you might be able to guess again, but what kind of a die rating will we give this? Should you buy it, play it, or hate it? Our review is...
I'm going to...
All right. Hey, do your review, man. And...
All right.
There we go. So I gave it a green and you gave it a white.
I did.
Why'd you give it a white?
So it's... so I can look at the art and say, that is neat, right? But it's not an art that I'm a big fan of.
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean... that part of it. I like the way the game plays. I guess I would have liked a little bit of a different, I guess it's terrible to say, but I would like a different theme look to it, I guess is the best way to put it.
I get it. That's part of it.
I would say, by having a white, what we're also always saying is, hey, someone in your group,
Yes.
buy it and play it, and then we can always play it.
Yes.
But I just don't want to dish out the money myself on it.
No, I get it.
Because I think it is actually a fairly pricey game, wasn't it?
I can't remember what it was, but it was the deluxe edition, maybe 150, something like that. It was something, it's a hefty price.
So I very much enjoy myself playing the game.
Uh-huh.
I'm just not sure I could dish the money out, but if someone else has it, I'm there to play it, that's for sure.
Yeah, and I think that's a solid review because this is a very unique art style, very unique things, and so if you're not into the characters, but for me, this is green. I've got to have a copy of this game because this is your son's copy,
right.
And I'm borrowing it right now, and I'm thinking, man, if I didn't have it, he's out of town, I can't get to him, and we want to play, this is one that I would love to have to break out and play myself. So I hear what you're saying, but for me, this is definitely got to have my own copy.
Oh, yeah. I understand that.
So there you go. There's Slay the Spire. Let us know in the comments whether you would buy it, play it, or hate it.
All right, bye-bye.